Hello, and thank you for viewing my ATM101X Unit 10 video. My name is Genevieve Moses, and I will be reporting my observations from March 24th through the 28th, 2015 in Salcha, Alaska. It's been a beautiful week, so let's go on. This chart shows the week-long observation notes I took. As you can see, on Tuesday, March 24th was my first day, and my observation for that day was at the current time at about 12:06 p.m. The temperature was 30.4 on my left thermometer and 32.1 on my right thermometer. Now, throughout this, you'll notice that both of them are always off, and on one day there was a specific reason why, and I will get to that later, but for now it is a constant couple degrees off. On Tuesday, my pressure observation was 1011, and the max temperatures on the left was 38.7, and on the right it was 39. And on the minimum temperature, it was pretty low. It was 7.3 on the left and 7.8 on the right. Moving on to Tuesday, you'll see that there is a dramatic difference in my two temperature readings for the current temperature, and that is because on the right side, it was in the sunlight, and I had not noticed until this time. So the current observation at that time, at about 12:35 p.m., on the left was 31.7, and on the right was 39.5. My pressure observation was at 999 millibars, and the max temperature for the day on the left was 38 degrees Fahrenheit, and on the right side it was 41.2 degrees Fahrenheit. The minimum temperature on the left side was 5.3, and on the right it was 5.8. On Thursday, the 26th, my observations, I had moved my temperature, or my thermometer, to the shed where there was there was a lot less sunlight to get to it. So my current readings at 12:19 p.m. were 40.2 degrees Fahrenheit, and on the right it was 43.5 degrees Fahrenheit. The pressure went at 992.2 millibars, and the max temperatures for that day on the left were 40.6, and on the right were 43.5. And on the minimums, on the left it was 13.2, and on the right it was 13.7. On Friday, the 27th, I was unable to make it outside at the regular time of 12 o'clock during the day, and I got out there at about 11:31 p.m. So my current temperatures are a lot lower than the previous ones of the 3 days. On the left it was 26.9, and on the right it was 27.7. My pressure at the time was 998.9, and my maximum temperature on the left side was 58.2, which I found very interesting, and when I was able to get out there and look at it more carefully, I noticed that one of the left reader had fallen out of its original position and had fallen probably into sunlight when I was not there. On the right side, which I assume is the more accurate temperature, it was 51.2 degrees Fahrenheit. The minimum temperatures on the left side, it was 26.9 degrees Fahrenheit, and on the right it was 27.7 degrees Fahrenheit, which also happened to be the current temperatures when I was out there. On Saturday, the 28th, my final day of observation, I decided that I should continue going out at the time that I had went out the night before, so At 11:40 p.m. I went out and my temperature readings were 25.8 on the left and 26.5 on the right. My pressure observation was 993.5 millibars. My max temperature on the left was 57.9 and on the right 54.2. My minimum temperatures were 25.6 and on the left and 26.5. As you can see on the graph, my minimum temperatures followed pretty accurately in a consistent pattern with the temperatures that the National Weather Service took. Unfortunately, I am about 30 miles away from the Fairbanks International Airport, which in my area makes a somewhat difference into the temperatures. So my max temperatures are different, and I would say that's definitely an environmental thing. Each day it was becoming progressively warmer, and at first our readings are very similar to the National Weather Service, and they follow in the same pattern where the max temperatures were just rising and rising and rising. Mine unfortunately went off the graph because on the last 2 days my max temperatures were both over 50 degrees. My barometric pressure readings were similar to those taken by the National Weather Service. They are not always spot on, but they follow the same consistent pattern. It started off high at the beginning of the week, it went down, and it came up just a little bit and went back down again. I am very comfortable with the readings I've come out with due to I calibrated my barometer before use, and it is very similar to the results that the National Weather Service have. We are now prepared to look over the weather maps for the past week, and I'm going to compare them to what I found. As you can see, there is on Tuesday in the Fairbanks area, it was very clear, and there are high pressure systems working on the east and west side, but in our area we experienced very little precipitation, very little cloud cover, if any at all, and very small breezes. Wednesday, March 25th was a beautiful day, and as you can see, there seems to be a weather front coming in from the northwest. It should be coming in a little cold into our area, but that was not reflected very long in our actual the day forecast. It was a beautiful day. There were light clouds, but nothing really moved in until the next day. As you can see, the southern east and west of Alaska are getting quite a bit of precipitation, but the Fairbanks area and Salcha did not see any of that. Thursday, March 26th, as you can see, there was quite a bit of cloud cover during the day, although when I took my weather observations, it was pretty much clear outside. You can see the moon, it was a beautiful night, and you could see the stars. But during the day there was quite a bit of cloud cover, and that's reflected here in the map. We did not see any actual precipitation in the Salcha area nor in the Fairbanks area, and it cleared, as I said, very quickly. There are low pressure systems moving in from the south and a high pressure system moving from the Russian coast and a low pressure system to the northeast. The southern parts of Alaska in the southeast and west and central saw a little bit of precipitation, which is again something we did not see in Fairbanks. On Friday, March 27th, you can see there's some cloud cover, which was not very long lasting in Fairbanks. It was a very clear, beautiful day. There were some clouds. They were cirrus and they were very light and very high, and we saw no precipitation in our area. On this day, the weather temperatures that have been increasingly warm throughout the week, it reached a almost record high, I think, of about in my area it was over 50 degrees, which for this time of year was very warm. So it was very nice, and as you can see, the rest of the state was experiencing, or the lower part of the state, the south, west, and east, are still experiencing precipitation in high amounts. And as you can see, coming in from the south, there is a warm front. On Saturday, March 28th, 2015, if you look up here in the Fairbanks area, there are scattered clouds, and again, they are very high and very thin. It was a beautiful sunny day, again with warm, warm temperatures, and there was no precipitation in our area, but as you can see, it snowed up in the northern part of the state, and there was a lot of rain showers and a lot of precipitation in the southern, the southeast, the southwest, and even the south central areas. We've already covered the Wednesday, March 25th, 2015 weather map over here, so I'm going to skip that and go straight to the infrared. As you can see, on that day, it was a beautiful sunny day for us in Fairbanks, and there were very few clouds. And you can see that in our area, there was no heavy water vapor. As you can see in the southeast and southwest, there was quite a bit. And the visible cloud cover for our area over the Aleutians and in south central and the southeast, there was heavy cloud cover, but once you get up into our area in the Fairbanks Selcha area, it is beautiful. It was clear, and there was possibly a light breeze. You could feel it on your cheek, but there was no serious wind. Thank you for listening to my presentation today, and I hope you guys all had fun taking the weather observations. Have a good week.